Hi, Imaginers. It's Kyla Martin coaching you to the career and life that you imagined. Today, I want to talk to you about organizational planners, one of my very favorite products. But unfortunately, all of the organizational planners in the world won't enable you reaching your dream career and life. I know it's a bummer because you guys, I'm telling you, I love organizational planners. I have for years. As I mentioned in my vision board webinar, I am crafty. I love to do crafts, tactile activities. And so, of course, organizational planners just lends itself to those activities. There's stickers, there's markers, there's all kinds of fun things that you can use. And yet, those organizational planners never created the life and career that I wanted. I have a dear friend, and we always joke we used to be one organizational planner away from a dream life. But in the end, it was simply the understanding of what was happening in our brain that we could then hack to create the career and life that we actually wanted. And so today I want to talk to you about how you can use organizational planners to create your dream career in life, but also help you to understand the other things that you can do that will better ensure success on the road to your dream career and life. And so the first thing I want to talk about is the concept of future thinking. So, a lot of calendars and organizational planners focus on the year ahead. And there's usually, a daily or a weekly approach and maybe a monthly, month at a glance. But most calendars don't include futuristic thinking. And so one of the planners that I have come to love and really enables me to use my higher brain process, which I talk a lot about in my work, is through a company called Inkwell. And Inkwell has a very um, a very flexible approach to their planners, which I really like. It's also a women-owned company, but the approach to future planning is really what I love about the Inkwell planners. And as I said, they come in a couple different options. I have a discount link that I will be providing if you're interested in getting one of these. But this is the weekly and monthly, and then there's a more flexible planner where you can take things in and out. You can see that you can take things in and out of the brads with their 360 planner. But I'll have a discount link in my email newsletter if you would like to order some things. And if you're not on that email newsletter, you can sign up at kylamartinconsulting.com and go to the inspiration tab. But I love having tools that enable the work that I'm doing. I provide a lot of tools in my practice that I give my clients. There's a tool in my course. I offer application tools for all of the work that I do because what I know is that if you can learn and then apply, your your success rate goes up exponentially. And I've certainly seen that in my clients and in myself. And so I was so excited to find a planner that could help enable my process. And one of the things I love about the Inkwell planners is that they, again, use futuristic forward thinking. And they have some templates in their planners that enable that. And that is, of course, such a foundational tenet of my business and my coaching practice. And that is futuristic planning enables us to stay in higher brain, which you hear me talk about so much because that has been the game changer for me in my life. And certainly my clients would tell you the same thing. So if we stay in higher brain, we can shut down all of the lower brain primal language that usually sounds like, you don't know how to do that. You don't have time for that. It's safe where you are. Who do you think you are? That's usually what lower brain sounds like. And so lower brain, as I've talked about, kept us alive. We're grateful to lower brain. Our ancestors survived because of lower brain. But primarily in the world we live in today, we don't need it. And so the more that we can tap into future focus and future thinking, the more that we can access the highest part of our brain, which is where all of the long-term goodness resides for our life. I did a webinar, as I mentioned, on visioning, and part of that session was showing you my process for visioning, which includes creating future goals and plans, but doing it in a way where I start with the end and work backwards. And so what I love about the planner from Inkwell is that it gives you places to really apply your work back plan and think about, if I imagine my life at the end, what would it look like? And then start working backwards. And although Inkwell doesn't give you life outcomes as a section, it does give you yearly outcomes. And so you can begin, again, accessing that higher brain and looking at, if I close my eyes and think about what I want my life to be a year from now, even if you just start there, versus standing where you are today and thinking, how can I change my life for the next year? If you again go to your future self and ask yourself in January 2022, how do I want my life to be different? How do I want my career, my purpose to be different? What do I want to be working toward? What will I've already achieved? And if we stay in touch with that future self, she will give us all of the answers to create the career and life that we imagined. And that future self is only accessible if you're using your higher brain, which is why so many of my clients get incredibly overwhelmed when they try to stand where they are in current state, status quo, and try to come up with a plan for how to get from where they are to where they're going. It's because their mind is muddied with their lower primal brain, which only tells you to be efficient, seek pleasure, and avoid pain. So even though we're highly wired to evolve, and really there's nothing that feels better than evolving. If we think back on our life, on some of our the hardest things, the most exhilarating, thrilling things, it was usually a point in our life where we had some kind of transformation or achieved some kind of goal that we didn't think we could. But yet, on a day-to-day basis, our lower brain tries to get involved and keeps offering that it's better to lay on the couch and watch binge TV, which is super fun. But that's a piece of resting and recovery. It's no problem, but you also want to make sure that you have goals that are created from your higher brain. And the way that you do that is to start with future thinking. So while I will always love productivity planners, and I certainly use one in my life today, it is in concert with the approach of staying in higher brain, starting with the end, working backwards, creating mile markers that can be achieved, continuing to learn along the way and tweak as we need to, continuing to move toward the life and career that we want. If you would like help with this or would like to take any of this work deeper, I would love to chat with you. Check out my website for some more information or set up a consultation by emailing me. I am at Kyla at kylamartinconsulting.com. And you know I am cheering you on to the career and life that you imagine. I can see your future. I see all the possibilities. And I hope today that you take a small step toward asking your future self, what does she see for you? Take care.